everyone knows, my office is circulating a sign list so we know who's here. It's important so we know.
I'm sorry, what's yours? Okay, sorry.
But there's still some open
stairs.
seats over here if people want to do that.
There's a
And I said
seat
my
here.
office is circulating a sign list. I don't know where that is. But Olivaria, Jackson Fisher Ward from my office, if people have that sign-in list, they can just circulate so we know who's here, so we can follow up with folks. It's important for us to be able to be responsive to know the constituents. And from Elisa's point, I guess there's, how many people actually live in the 74th Assembly District versus the neighborhood? Do people know actually if they live in the 74th?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. So,
I mean, the majority of the people here are your constituents. Yeah. I mean, if there's spillover,
yeah, it's fine.
but
Yeah,
they're always Village Lower East Side.
Great. It's
So
not
we
like we're
don't
gonna
have
kick Martha out because she's a
right.
block off, right?
No, I mean, we lost one of the pillars of our organization when Susan Leelike died. She would have been sitting at that table and she was your constituent. Okay, you basically all have this handout, but I don't know, Harvey, if you've seen this. This was basically put together by the HDFC Coalition, and it's highlights of your draft PHFL bill.
So Lisa, can we start with the other three issues?
Oh, sure. I thought you were, no, go ahead. My apologies.
Yeah, I think.
You just did a brief précis, I see. Now you're going to do one. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to, I think there's four issues here. One is, the tax forgiveness bill that I think is a high priority for me. And we'd love to hear if there's feedback on that. And the other one is the ombudsperson bill. And the third is really cheering the taxes going forward towards an AMI threshold, 80 and 165 are the two that we've been talking about. And it would be great to hear feedback on those ideas, as well as I know there's issues about the bill that's only been drafted and not introduced, but some of this stuff is really helpful feedback for me to get.
Right.
On, at least, it's great to hear that, I know we have some distressed buildings in our neighborhood, and I know we have a lot all over the city, and that's something that's somewhat of a crisis now for those HDFCs.
Oh, I can't agree more. Okay, so, go ahead.
I don't know, were there questions you said you gotten on?
I have questions.
Were they on those issues, or?
No, basically most of the questions, in fact, so far, all of the questions are strictly on the PHFL draft.
Okay, so I guess if there's any comments around tax forgiveness for distressed buildings or ideas of tiering full tax abatement or tax cap to different AMIs, it's great to hear that now. If otherwise we can, or on the ombudsperson bill, which is really the bill, which is the kind of the mediation idea. If there's feedback on those three things, we should get those out of the way. But if there aren't, then we can just move on to the last issue.
Okay. Well, there is one question here.
I just wondered how many of these buildings are actually in trouble? What are you talking about?
So about 15 to 20% of the 11 or 1,200 buildings are in tax arrears. What?
It seems like a small percent.
Well, if you think about, 32,000 units across the city, 15% of that is a substantial number of buildings that potentially could be lost as co-ops.
Okay, from now on, if you have a question, if you could come up to the microphone to ask it, because the meeting is being taped. If you're too far back and you can't reach the microphone, just put your question on an index card and pass it down to the front, and we will read it for you.
I'm just wondering why you're trying to change it for everybody when not everybody's in trouble. Why don't you just deal with the people who are having a hard time?
Right, so each build focuses on a different target. So for distressed buildings, there's one solution for those buildings. It's a very different solution for each of the other properties. So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's multiple solutions for multiple issues. Does that answer your question?
Well, we don't have an issue, so.
But some buildings do. Your building
Deal
doesn't.
with them then.
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Just deal with the ones that are having an issue.
Again, speaking to the microphone, please.
I just think if you dealt with the ones that had an issue or that needed help, and leave the rest of us where we are.
I think, I would say that lots of, I'm not sure, there may be some buildings that don't need any changes. Well, I've heard that the expiration of the dam tax cap affects almost all the buildings, and if some buildings want to get out of the program, there's no pathway out. Some buildings want that option. Some buildings want clarity in the rules because they can't refinance their buildings. So this doesn't require anybody to do anything. It just, what the goal is to create clearer rules so people can do that. If we make the dam tax cap or the full tax abatement permanent, you don't have to worry about it expiring, so you won't have to worry about refinancing a mortgage. So that, my understanding, it affects all buildings because of the dam tax cap's potential expiration in a few years. But if it's on just the forgiveness, it sounds like there isn't. Maybe we should just move on to that for the board.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the TPT buildings, as far as I know, are not in the East Village Lower East Side. We have some, but I think, basically the majority of buildings here are relatively healthy, and that's not really the issue they came to speak about.
Right.
I saw two other people with their hands up.
I'll talk about it.